be here for much long because of the climate crisis. We only have a few months left. I love that you support the Green Deal, but it's not getting rid of fossil fuel. It's not going to solve the problem fast enough. A Swedish professor saying, we can eat dead people, but that's not fast enough. So I think your next campaign slogan has to be this: we got to start eating babies. We don't have enough time. There's too much CO2. All of you're a pollutant. Too much CO2. We have to start now, please. You are so great. I'm so happy that you're really supporting the Green Deal, but it's not enough. Even if we would bomb Russia, we still have too many people, too much pollution. So we have to get rid of the babies. That's a big problem. Just stopping having babies is not enough. We need to eat the babies, and this is very serious. Please give a response.
Thank you. No, thank you. We'll go ahead.
Okay.
No, we'll go ahead. It's so no. Yeah, no.
So as you saw the video of how the woman is telling that we should start eating babies to save the planet Earth, that how the evil has the world gone. They're thinking to eat their own species to save Earth. This is all Satan's doing. So let's begin with our next part of climate change. We have changed the thumbnail, making a new title of the part 3 of climate change as Climate as a Common Good, which is very suitable to the part which, to the information what we have here for this part. So let's see what God has shown us. Let's move forward. Now as you can see in this picture, Pope is catching a stick, a rod. What semblance or what you can identify that rod as? You can see I put a sticker there of the sun. They are worshipping the sun. It's very similar to a picture of the sun. And so they are part of that idol worship of Baal god, which also is a god of nature, sun worship. So I was going to tell you something about the Pope, that when he had come in the office of this papacy, he was announced as the person of the year, where I show you in this next picture. There, as you can see, my face is covering that part. Now you can see it clearly. Pope in the Time magazine was given the title, the person of the year. He is the first Jesuit Pope. Jesuit order is also an order which was planned by Satan to put off or to kill every Protestant member, so that there may be no one who will protest against this church. That is their order. If you go on Google, you can search the Jesuit orders, their pledge, what they say when they become a Jesuit. You will find that in that order is said that even if anyone who is against them or going against their rule or laws or any command, they will kill anyone who comes between them. So that is not a Christianity. That can never be Christianity. There is no love in that. Then that pledge what they make. And this Pope is a Jesuit Pope. And he has come in this office and showing himself as a good person, showing that he is like Jesus, and people very much like him. Throughout the leaders, world leaders, they liked him a lot, and so they talked about him so much. Now, also I want to show about a person. This girl, Greta Thunberg, the same magazine, Time magazine, also refer us as the person of the year. These two people, this Time magazine have referred them as the person of the year, showing that these people are awesome, or they have done very much great things for the world. Let's go forward. When Greta was when she went there at Vatican, there you can see the article we also showed in the first part. You can see there how Pope was thanking her and encouraged her that she had her duty to this defending the environment. And so the article was posted there, as you can see on your screen. Let's go forward. There's one more article by New York Times which said that there is no more water. Climate change on a dry land and drying land. So the water is being going out. People have no water to drink. Even last year, India had faced much problem of water. In the future years, not only India, but there will be many countries who will have a problem of drinking water. They will have problems. So if we anytime face like that problem, we should think why we didn't listen to God. When God was calling us long before to go into desolate places where we can make our houses, where He will provide everything if we are faithful to Him. He will provide us food, He will provide us water and everything. As He has done this in the past for His people, He will also do it for us if we have the faith of Jesus. So as you can see, people are showing the danger. To the world, they are showing the danger that there is no more water because of climate change. The environment is becoming hotter and hotter, and it will become worse. This is what they're telling. Let's go forward. Okay, this article was a very interesting article. It was talking about only one Earth, as you can see it in your screen. It says the United Nations Environmental Sabbath, Earth Rest Day, and this was when? This was in June 1st to 3rd June in 1990. In 90s, this was organized. They organized this program, and they called many people, which you will see in one more article, where you will see the list of what they had programmed, what they had done. So I'm not going to read the down paragraph because we're going to read that same thing in another PowerPoint. I want to just point you this point where one world religion, as you can see it on your screen, people from they're all religious leaders, as you can see it on your screen. They are religious leaders of all the religion that are in the world, and this one world religion, what they are planning for, this one world religion is something more dark. One world religion is the Sunday law. All the religions are going to gather for one religion, and that will be the Sunday law, that will be the mark of the beast. Let's go forward. The same article which we saw. Let's go forward. Here in this article, this page, this PowerPoint will see what it is given us clearly. We can read it clearly what it says here. It says, it was talking about the organization, what they planned when they performed this program in 1990 on June 1st to 3rd. They called the many leaders, many religion leaders. They called so that they may have a day of rest for the earth, and thinking that they will gather all the religion, and they together may take and make it into one religion that will be for the world, that will not put into any harm. I request you to pause the video and read the red lines and the yellow lines so that you can understand. So we'll move forward with the next article. Now they performed some praise and songs. They made their praise or their songs so that they can sing that songs and praise on that Sabbath of that Earth Sabbath, what they made. So this was the prayer of gratitude I wanted to show to you. Now, as you can see it on your screen, it says, leaders, we rejoice in all life. We live in all things, and all things live in us. This is what they're telling. We live by the sun, we move with the stars. Down paragraph. We eat from the earth, we drink from the rain, we breathe from the air. Now this clearly shows us that their God is nature. Their God is nature. You can see in the prayer where it's talked about Jesus, where it is talking about our God. They're talking about the creation, not the creator. This shows us, this prayer of their gratitude, what they made, shows us that they have a wrong God, an idol God. That is the nature, and that is the wrong thing. I want to read you a few paragraphs on great controversy. This is from Great Controversy, page 49, second paragraph. Let me just zoom in so that I can read properly. Okay, it says here, almost imperceptibly, the custom of heathen found their way into the Christian church. In the down paragraph I want to read, where it says, as persecution ceased. There, as persecution stopped, what happened? The Christianity entered the courts and palaces of the kings and laid aside the humble simplicity of Christ and his apostles for the pomps and pride of pagan priests and rulers. And in place of the requirements of God, she substituted human theories and traditions. This was what the Christian church did when persecution stopped. Now, do you think why persecution are not going on in the world? You may think, yeah, there in the parts of the world there will be some persecution which Christians are be facing. But you know, persecution is a main thing where if persecution would be till now going on, there would be many pure people who would work eagerly to proclaim the gospel. That would be a very wonderful thing, and it's going to happen soon in the future. So that's why God is calling us to wake our church members that when that time starts, we can tell the world the truth and that they may repent and that they may have salvation in Jesus Christ. So when they stop the persecution, the Christian church led the humble simplicity of God and took on that pride and pomp of the priest. They taught human theories in the church. What Satan wanted to do was to bring the heathen teachings into the Christian church. You should read this paragraph. Please read the paragraph. It's a wonderful chapter. You can read the whole chapter also. Let's go on, move to the next paragraph, which we have here. It's in page, Great Controversy, page 53, first paragraph. It's a wonderful paragraph. As it says here, in the early part of 4th century, the Emperor Constantine issued a decree making Sunday a public festival. Okay, a public festival. Please don't forget this, making Sunday a public festival. We'll see that further in our part of climate change. So, Constantine in the early of 4th century made a public festival, made Sunday a public festival throughout Roman Empire. And so Roman Empire was the world leading empire during that time. So it says there, the day of sun was revered by his pagan subjects, Constantine's pagan subjects, and he was honored by Christians. It was the emperor's policy to unite at the conflicting interests of heathenism and Christianity. This was what Constantine wanted to do. He wanted to bring the heathen people into the Christian church, their theories into the Christian church. And do you want to know who brought or promoted this idea into Constantine's mind? It was the bishops of the church. It was the church who told the government, bring these theories into the church. It says that he was urged to do this by the bishops of the church, who, inspired by ambition and they thirst for power, that if the same day was observed by both Christians, the heathens, it would promote a nominal acceptance for Christianity by pagans. So there were 2 days, different days, which these two groups of people used to worship. Christianity used to worship on Saturday, the Sabbath, true Sabbath, and pagans used to worship on Sunday. What they wanted to do was they wanted to bring this both into one group. As you can see today in one world, they want to bring all the religion into one religion. So what they did, they told that the Christians should not keep the Sabbath. They should keep the Sunday. They made it a public festival for everyone. And so what these bishops of church said, that if these both groups keep Sunday, it will be a unity between those both. So they did it. what it says afterwards. Christians were gradually led to regard Sunday as possessing a degree of sacredness. This is what it said. They still held the true Sabbath as the holy of the Lord, and observed it in obedience to the fourth commandment. There were Christians who observed the true Sabbath also during that time, when they made this decree of keeping Sunday as a day of rest. So this will soon happen also in the future, very similar to what happened in the first time. Now there's this article by Pope where you can see it's talking about the letter which he wrote about Laudato Si, and I want to just show you this paragraph where he says Sunday like the Jewish Sabbath. This will just go to the next slide. The same picture what you saw just now is the same paragraph what you're seeing on your screen now. The same paragraph. So it says here, on Sunday our participation in the Eucharist has special importance. Notice how it says there that Sunday like the Jewish Sabbath. Now the Sabbath was never of the Jews. I want to show one more thing which would be an interesting thought to your mind. Now here, Jesus in John chapter 4 verse 22 said, "Ye worship ye know not what, but we know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews." So Jesus is telling, for the salvation is of the Jews. So does that mean that only the Jews can be saved? Does this what the verse means? No. Now in the Bible it never said that the Sabbath was only for the Jews. As you can see in the Bible, Jesus himself said in Mark chapter 2 verse 27, he said unto them, the Sabbath was made for man. He didn't say it for Jews. He said for man. If you go to the Strong's dictionary, you will find out that man also meant for the whole mankind. So Jesus said that Sabbath was made for man. And man was not made for Sabbath, but Sabbath was made for man. And that's why Jesus, the Son of Man, he himself is also the Lord of the Sabbath. Now, it doesn't mean that where Jesus said that salvation is for the Jews, it doesn't mean that. It's for the whole world. Those people who have faith in Jesus Christ, who believe in Jesus Christ, are the seed of Abraham. And who are Jews, they are the seed of Abraham. If we believe in Christ, we become the seed of Abraham. And so, believing Jesus Christ, we become a seed of Abraham. Now, if God told, Jesus himself said that the Sabbath was for the man, and it was part of the 10th commandment, the 4th commandment, it is necessary for us to keep it also. In the Bible, God did not change it. Jesus himself said that he will not remove even one word out of his 10 commandments. It said that is for God. This command, if we obey, we are doing it not for ourselves but for God, as he has commanded us to keep it. So as Pope is telling here, that Sunday, like the Jewish Sabbath, the Sabbath was not for Jews. It was for all mankind. But they try to say this, it is because that the people of the world should think that Sabbath was only for the Jews. This is a wrong thinking. If the people will study the Bible, they'll find it out. As you can see in this paragraph, it said that Sabbath was meant to be a day which heals our relationship with God, with ourselves and with others and with the world. Sunday is a day of resurrection, the first day of the new creation. The new creation, first day of the new creation, the resurrection is not called the first day of the new creation. And this is a teaching of the Catholics. Pope himself speaking, it's not part of the Bible, it's not according to the Bible, which is very wrong. So it says that the resurrection, day of resurrection, is the first day of the new creation, and that is wrong. This is not the first day of the new creation. It says there also, whose first fruit are the Lord's risen humanity, and blessed to the final transfiguration of all created reality. This is totally wrong. It's not from the Bible, we cannot believe it. We cannot trust it if it's not from the Bible. It says that it is also proclaimed man's eternal rest in God. That is not true. It cannot be man's eternal rest in God. It cannot be part of that. So, looking at this, man's eternal rest with God can be only with Him in the heaven. This is a complete pagan teaching by the Pope. Let's go forward. We have few more paragraphs by this same article, this same letter of Laudato Si. This I would request you to pause and read so that you can better understand what Pope was trying to say. Further, PowerPoint what we have is more important to discuss right now. So it says here, the law of weekly rest forbade work on the seventh day. He is referring to the first Sabbath, which today now we keep. Today's Sabbath, today is 5th, May 22. The Sabbath day is going on right now. And so he is pointing out to the Sabbath, Bible Sabbath, to better understand, make people better understand the Sunday Sabbath. And that is very, you can see that how he's using God's Sabbath to show and teach the people man's Sabbath, Satan's Sabbath, false Sabbath. He says that rest opens our eyes to a larger picture and gives us renewed sensitivity to the right of others. So the day of rest, centered upon the Eucharist, sheds its light on the whole week and motivates us to greater concern for nature and the poor. So it doesn't say for God, it doesn't motivate us to a greater concern for God, but for the nature, So as you can see that, and for the poor. Let's go forward. These sweet words by Pope can be very deceiving. It says here in the paragraph of 23 of this Laudato Si article, this Pope says, climate as a common good. Okay? So this is a very interesting article. It says here, the climate is a common good belonging to all and meant for all the globe at the global level. It is a complex system linked to many of the essential conditions of human life. Let's go forward. If you want to pause and read, you can read. So, referring to the same climate as a common good, let's go quickly. Pope says that climate change is a global problem. If it's a global problem, it's referred. Everyone has to involve in this problem. They have to make their choice. What they say or what they do depends upon this world. This is what they're showing. They're not talking about preparing for Jesus' second coming, but they're telling to prepare for this world, to make it a better place. Now, what is common good according to the Catholics? This is by themselves. Let's see what they say. Okay. So let's see by the Catholics themselves what they call it common good as. This by Catholic Church themselves. It says, in respecting religious liberty and common good of all, Christians should seek recognition of Sunday and the church's holiday as legal holiday. So they're calling that Christians should seek Sunday as church's holiday and as a holiday. So I search for the meaning on Google, what is meant, what legal holiday is meant. So let's see what it says. It says here, public holiday. A public holiday, national holiday or legal holiday is a holiday generally established by law, and is usually a non-working day during the year. If they put Sunday as a public holiday or a legal holiday, it is like a law where the people cannot work on that day. So when they say climate as a common good, which is meant as climate as the Sunday law. So Ellen White also said in Great Controversy, page 447, fourth paragraph, that Roman Catholic Church acknowledges that the change of Sabbath was made by their church and declared that Protestants, by observing the Sunday, are recognizing her power. This she said in when she wrote the Great Controversy book. Catholics themselves say the same thing. Here, as you can see, Catholic Universal Bulletin, August 14, 1942, page 4 said, the Roman Catholic Church changed the observance of Sabbath to Sunday by right of the divine infallible authority given by her and her founder Jesus Christ. The Protestant claiming the Bible to be the only guide of faith has no warrant for observing Sunday. In this matter, the Seventh-day Adventist is the only consistent Protestant. So they say the Catholic Church themselves they changed the Sabbath from Sunday to some Sabbath to Sunday. Now people who are from Protestant churches who obey the Bible and tell the Bible is the only guide of faith for them, they are observing not the Bible Sabbath but the Catholic Sabbath. And they say themselves, Catholics say, that Seventh-day Adventist Church is the only consistent Protestant church who are observing that what the Bible is telling. Let's go forward. Sunday is our mark of authority. The Roman Church is about the Bible, and this transference of Sabbath observance is the proof of that fact. This is a very against the Bible thought. So this is the part 3 of climate as the common good. If we get more information about the climate change where it's relating to the Bible, we will soon put it out, calling it as a part 4 of climate change. So this will be the part 3 of our climate change. Thank you for watching.